Oh, well, how's it going today there, YouTube? Well, it's been a little while since I put a video up. I've just been busy and whatnot at work, and last weekend I wasn't really feeling too great, so I didn't really do anything. But yesterday was raining, and I still ended up going to work, but of course, with it being rainy, kind of crappy outside, I didn't do any work on the big truck here, so I finally decided I'd sit down and do the body work on the 7810. Now, some of you guys might have saw on Instagram last night, I put a little picture up there. I actually ended up doing the GB weld and the seams and the casting rivets and whatnot, and it turned out really good, but I decided I'd do that while I was waiting for my dinner to cook, and by the time I had dinner cooked, I had the GB weld all set up on the tractor, so I just switched dinner onto the dinner plate there and put the tractor in the cookie sheet. And shut the oven off, and I baked the JB weld on there. So really, they say JB weld takes 24 hours to fully cure. I think I did it in about 4 minutes at 425 Fahrenheit. So turned out pretty good. Nothing's too brittle or anything, but I did end up painting it last night. And I'll get it out here and I'll give you guys kind of a sneak peek of what's, well, a reveal maybe more so of what's we got going on here now. So anyway, let me go get the 7810 and I'll bring it here and show you guys. Well, here's what we've got now. I ended up just doing the casting rivets. You can see there's one. I can't really see it now because it's been painted, but you see, I know there's one here, and then there's one down here by the weights. You can see a little bit of the GB. Well, they didn't get it quite perfect, but still better than what it was. Now you'll see the casting seam. I actually think this is probably one of the best ones I've done yet because I was able to get the filler in. You'll see right here. I was able to keep the little hood emblem, and I was able to get it filed out just perfectly. Actually, what I did, a trick you guys should do before you start filling this in, where the casting seams come together here, just take and lightly run your file over because usually there's a little ridge there. Didn't do that on the 5020, I just did the seam, but it still turned out okay. This one I tried that just to knock it down a little bit more, and I filled it in nice, and I was able to sand it out real nice. I just used some 120 grit, I just did the entire hood. I think I showed it in another video, when you're filling the seams you want to feather your edges out, and that way there's not so much sanding to do. I used to do drywall on, I taped my old house myself, and I used to do drywall at work too, fixing holes and whatnot. So you learn these tricks over time, but the skills can apply to most anything. Obviously I had the grill taped off, and I had to put the grill in there when I put the casting halves together. But yeah, we're painted up now, so now it's really just on to the detail work. I think what I'm going to do, I still need to make some adapters for these wheels because my axle stubs are a little bit too skinny here still for these wheels. I might even switch these wheels. These are a little bit too fat, I think, for the front, or I'm going to get bigger back tires. But I think what I'm definitely going to do to get the track width out here a bit more, because I know these back tires, the front tires are out a little bit farther than the back, so I'll make a couple wheel spacers here to go in the back. I'll just drill out some dowel or something, or I'll make something to work. But I'm going to try to see if I can get some mirrors for it, and I'll get the flashers for it. I've got the decals for it, so I might put those on this afternoon. My paint it orange peeled a little bit up here, so I might try wet sanding this a little bit, but I don't want to take too much off. Yeah, I just got to put the steering wheel on it. I may even, when I make my next Dakota Toys order, get a 3-point for it. I had maybe a vision of putting a loader on this tractor here when I first started, but I'm not sure if I'm going to do that just yet. I like to find the right grill for the 10 series though, because the 7810s had the lights up on the top of the grill here. I forget if it was the early versions or the late versions had the lights down here, so it does work, but I know most of the small frame 10 series, like a 7510, had the lights down here. 7810 I think should have them up here, but I don't know. I'll see what I can come up with, but for now that'll work. I might have to go ahead and make a grill, or might try to cut one down out of a 8000 series or something, but I don't know. We'll make it work. But anyway, I'm going to get the decals. I'll put the decals on, and then we'll go from there and see what we got. I'm going to paint the steering wheel too, because I forgot to do that last night. But today's a nice sunny day. I might go out and work on the big truck here for a little while, but I figured I'd give you guys an update on the 7810. But let me go grab those decals right quick and put them on. Well, I got the decals on her. Look pretty good, but they're a little bit short, so I ended up doing a little custom trick here. You see here the decals on the sheet are only so long, so they start at the back of the cab here and only come up to about the front part of the grill, but it's supposed to have this yellow strip wrapped around. Hopefully I can get the other side in there alright. So what I ended up doing was taking some of the decal paper here and I made the little strip that goes across the hood there. So this seemed to be okay. I'm going to try to get a little bit straighter on there, but that's good enough for right now anyway. But, I'll fool around with this for a little bit while longer and I'll go paint that steering wheel for it. Actually, I do. I'm going to get the original sales brochure. I have the original sales brochure for one of these tractors, so having that kind of stuff helps when you're detailing this kind of stuff. So I'm going to be right back. Well, that's the original equipment brochure. Forget what year this was printed now. I think it was 2001. I've had this. I think I got it brand new. Oh, there you go. Grandpa wrote right on it. June 02. So we've had this since it came out, of course. You got it. I remember going to the dealership and picking this up. Of course, this has got all the... There you go, we got a little fold out there and whatnot. Having this kind of stuff really helps when you're detailing these kind of toys and whatnot. You know, there's all your levers if you want to go in there. I might go get some more Sharpie and I'll fuss around in there and make it black like it should be, because apparently that's what the brochure says. But anyway, where did I see all the options on there? If you're detailing a cab, so see, I think actually the steering wheel's going to go black because it says it's got a black steering wheel there, so I have not riveted the cab on, so I can still pull that interior out and play around with it if I do so desire. I saw it here. There they are. So I think I've seen you can get these from Dakota Toys. And I want to build a set of flashers for it, unless I can buy them. And then these mirrors, I'm going to try to see if I can build those. They just go on the corner of the cab here. So, yeah. Something to play around with anyway. But this is part 2 of that 7810, I guess. So, I don't know what the next video is going to be, or hopefully get a chance to maybe finish up during the week. But, as far as the basic tractor, we're done. So, now it's just the detail part. So anyway, if you guys like that video, please comment, rate, subscribe. Or if you're interested in sending me in a tractor combine piece of equipment, piece of sales literature for the greatest farm tech collection on YouTube, the P.O. box address in the description box down below. And as always, thanks for watching. I always appreciate you guys sticking around and watching the videos. So we'll see you on the next one.